we're going to talk about the second movie from Legendary in the Godzilla, the Monsterverse. This one, Godzilla, or Godzilla works for Orkin. So, okay, this one, this is basically a, going back to the whole, I care about the monsters, and the humans are basically that point where it's time to go take a leak in the bathroom, go to the bathroom and stuff. So, so there's not going to be much to say about this. This basically stories. Oh, guy loses. Let me just. Oh God, because this. I don't know who the guy is. I don't care who the actor is, because frankly, I'm going to say some things that a lot of people are going to be upset about, because they were like, oh, this guy died too soon. It's like, no, I think he pretty much died because he was an annoying character. But I don't care about the human characters either, except for Kong, which I'm still weirded out about. So, anyway, so this guy wakes up, happy birthday, Dad, blah, 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 blah. Goes to work. They're working in a thing. His wife's down in the reactor, or is it a reactor? I don't even know. And the place, something goes wrong, and nuclear. Anyway, so he goes down there. He's telling his crew not to shut the doors because his wife's coming. And I'm sorry, maybe I'm an asshole or what or something, but the most ridiculous thing happens in this part. You cannot make this shit up. Like, he's looking down the hallway. Okay, Matt, looking down the hallway. And suddenly, he's screaming in his walkie-talkie for his wife. And suddenly, cloud, supposed to be the radiation, this radiation cloud, starts bellowing down the hallway. And he just stands there and starts screaming in the most ridiculous way. It's like, ah! like something out of, you would see in Home Alone. Like Kevin McAllister is just watching Harry and Marv charging at him down the hallway. He's like, ah! Then he just laughs the freaking and putting on the side, and the whole thing is played out in such a ridiculous fashion. I can't help but laugh. Just his facial thing of like the stupid. It's, oh God! If it didn't make me think of Home Alone, I wouldn't have laughed, but it did. And just the fact that he's like basically just reaches. Kind of reaches. It's like that's practically a Zangief telling them to change the channel because on the Street Fighter movie because something bad's happening, and he's stupid and thinks that if they change the channel, it's not actually happening. That's just it. Oh, God. Anyway, years later, he scams his kid into coming back to Japan to prove that there's no radiation and in this place, and he gets caught by the military, and suddenly a giant bug, which is called a muto, it hatches and causes havoc. And for some reason, he's on this bridge, and for some reason it collapses, and that's the part everybody's like, oh, why'd they get rid of him? He was the only good actor. I was like, Really? And this is everybody else. Why'd they get rid of him? Oh my God, he's the only good actor in here. Me. Giant monsters. Like, a giant monsters. I'm sorry. Did you come to see the humans? Are the humans? Like I said, I don't normally watch these movies for that. Kong so far is the exception because the humans actually had something going on. B actually had some kind of impact in the story. And C actually did damage. They actually did significant damage to Kong because I don't think I mentioned it, but Kong actually has like gashes on his hand, his arms all torn up. I think it's more from the helicopters than anything else. But they did damage to the guy. They don't do damage to freaking Kong. They are not going to do damage in the upcoming. I take that back because the movie is out. So, and doing gangbusters overseas, well, as you would expect in this time, well, no, actually I would say it's doing gangbusters. So finally, oh, okay. Let's go to now we're going to get into the other thing. The rest of the human storyline is basically, we go from point A to point B to point C. And it's basically them following Godzilla. Excuse me. Following Godzilla and the mutas all over the place. A muto tears up at Las Vegas. Excuse me. A muto tears up Las Vegas, walks through that, meets the other one that can fly, the male that can fly, and the female's like 3 times its size. The female's more likely to be able to take on Godzilla than the male would in a straight up brawl. But anyway, so we're talking about the humans right now. But they follow the monsters. Monsters hijack a train, taking a nuclear missile that was supposed to help kill them, ironically. And they follow them to San Francisco. Dramatic halo drop to get into town. And they set off a device that blows up the Muto's nest. That's literally it. And the rest of it is touching reunions at the end. That's it. That's the human thing. So thank you, congratulations. If that was all you went to see, there you go. I took care of that in like what 5 minutes, maybe less than that. So let's go to the real reason I watched the movie and many others watched the movie. The monsters. So, this could also be called Godzilla Blue Ball Extraordinaire. Now, there are people who complained, it was too dark, you couldn't see the monsters. You didn't see enough of the monsters, and that's the only valid point I will take. They didn't have enough scenes with the monsters. Score 1 for those guys, critics. The critics who say not enough humans, fuck you. Fuck you. Go talk to Weinstein. Oops, you put him in. Go talk to Weinstein if you want that Pambia, more of that kind of shit. Fuck off. Anyway, humans are so inconsequential in these films. I mean, they tried to do it in the Japanese, but the Japanese films were more interesting. But even then, unless they're make a Godzilla into a Gundam of some type. And that's the only way, or Mothra. Okay, actually, Mothra. I mean, Mothra does the fairies. Um, So, but Godzilla, yeah. So the Mutos, the flying Muto goes to Hawaii. Godzilla comes out of nowhere, and basically does his best an RKO to the Muto. But it's like, and here's Godzilla. Godzilla out of nowhere. Godzilla out of nowhere. Boom, done. Next scene. Fuck. Alright. Then, what happens next? The Mutos get the most screen time in this thing. Godzilla, then is not seen he's seen, but they're escorting him to his big brawl with the Mutos. It's almost like watching something like Goldberg coming out of his locker room, and he's surrounded by these police officers. That was stuff like that. That was basically Godzilla. He's got all these military ships escorting him. So he gets to San Francisco and starts fighting with both Mutos now. So he's in a damn 2-on-1 brawl. I can't remember what they call it. And he's gonna start, and we're going back to the humans. Fuckers. So yeah, that was that. I think they do it one more time, but bottom line, people complain about that. I'm like, you fuckers. When you get to the main event where he kills the flying one by just swinging his tail and smashing it up against the wall, through a building really, and it gets impaled on some of the iron struts in there. The best freaking kill. As much as best kill out of all of them. If there's one thing I love about the Legendaries movies, is when when they go show a monster, the big bad getting killed. In Kong, the big one, as it was called, had its insides literally ripped out of it, along with Brie Larson, because she was still in Kong's fist at the time. She literally gets the insides of it ripped out. In this one, Godzilla just grabs the Muto, yanks it up, holds open its mouth, and pukes atomic breath into its mouth, severing its head. How freaking badass is that? And then he just does a victory roar and drops that head right into the ocean. Freaking hell. God damn. Godzilla is like, just at the end, it was release. The entire movie is like blue ball, and then this point, release. Oh, I loved it. The ending was totally worth putting up with all the human crap, which you could easily, like I said, you could easily just bypass all the human stuff. It's not worth it. That's one thing I will say is, other than Kong so far, I feel like the human stuff by Legendary could have been. You could probably take out most of it, and it would shorten the movie substantially, unfortunately. But yeah, I just the guy following Godzilla after the death of his in the Mutos after his dad dies on the bridge. I'm sorry, I couldn't care less about that guy, and I couldn't care less about the son. If you just want monster fights, I don't know. Although unlike Kong, I will say unlike Kong, there's really not much, wasn't much, many, other than that ending, nothing really stood out for me in this movie. I will say it's so far the weakest of the three, because, as I said, there not much happened. Nothing really happens. It's Godzilla Blue Ball, the movie. It might as well be literally Godzilla Blue Balls the audience. The humans are the human thing. You could literally take the entire human thing out. The only things you keep are the military talking to the one doctor who has the best line in the thing, where he just tells. They ask him, "Well, what should we do? What should we do about Godzilla and the Mutos tearing up San Francisco?" He just looks and goes, "Let them fight. Just let them fight." Best line in the entire damn movie. Other than that, if you want human drama in your Godzilla movies, number one, why? And number two, you're not going to get it. This is about the human stuff is just forget it. The movie's forgettable. I don't even remember anybody who. I want to see. Like I said, the one guy who made that line, I don't know the actor's name. Yeah, but that line's the only thing. His character and his assistant were basically there. Oh yeah, that's right. They actually did a at the beginning. I actually forgot about this part. At the beginning, they found a cavern. Well, they didn't find it. Someone found a cavern with a massive, like, skeleton. Excuse me. Like God, this ancestor of Godzilla, and there were some eggs in there. Well, one egg got sent to Japan, which is how that thing got there, and the other egg got sent to Las Vegas, Area 51 or whatever. But yeah, if there's, I will say two movies in, and the biggest issue I have with the Kong and Godzilla. We'll talk about the human things for a little bit. The biggest issue I have with Kong and Godzilla are they want to focus on the human aspect, but they're not focusing on the right characters they should be focusing on. Instead, we're being focused on, in Kong, we were focused on Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston's characters. So yeah, that's, I wish they focused more on the doctor and his assistant, and maybe the military guys, and completely you could take out the one doctor with his with this panicky button press, his son, his family issues, and that's it. Just focus on these characters, and that's what. These are the characters that should have been focused on. two movies, and instead they decided to focus on the most useless characters in the entire thing, most pointless ones. And both times they had their heroic parts felt more like they were forced. So I think I'm done with ranting on that. Next one, I'm going to have a lot to talk about, from Godzilla, King of Monsters. So, yeah, get ready for that one. That's going to be a hoot. Alright, so I will talk to you then. I might have another video before that because it's going to be a Cast Eats video. So I want to get that done. I want to keep this... Yeah. Another one of cast drinks and nasty ass stuff. So look forward to that. I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.